Bet. I should have picked this shit, but I don't care. All right, bet. Welcome back to Let's Be Men, where real men have conversations about life, leadership, fatherhood, and everything in between. Tonight, we're talking about something many men don't realize they need until life gets hard: a support system. Too often, men are taught to carry every burden alone. We're told to man up, keep pushing, and never let anyone else see us struggle. But the strongest men aren't the ones who do life alone. They're the ones who know when to lean on the right people, whether it's families, friends, mentors, brothers, coaches, or faith. Every man needs people who can encourage him, challenge him, and who can hold him accountable. And tonight we talk about this topic. It's your boy York. We got my guy McLeod. We got our guest over here, Mr. 4K. I don't know your goddamn name, so we're gonna call you 4K. So we're just gonna go with that shit. We're gonna go with it. But y'all boys all right? How y'all boys doing?
Good. It's a good topic.
Yeah. Hey, look, man. You know,
Try to keep it
interesting.
Good topic.
I try to keep them interesting. It was gonna be about kids, but I heard you ain't got kids, so it wasn't really no point of having a show about kids if you ain't got kids. So I didn't really see the point of that. So I figured this, but yeah, man. How was y'all boy week? Your boy had a good week. Well, I think client fee was like 2 weeks. Like 2 weeks. This last episode. No, it's been like a month, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, cause we had vacations, boy. So we was, you know what I'm saying? You had yours, I had mine. It just turned. So it was good though, bro. Like, I mean, overall, I was able to see my boy 4K. He came down. So it was just fun, bro. It was nothing to complain. I'm blessed to see another day. You feel me? So I'm just one foot in front of the other and just keep going. So overall it's good, man. I'm almost done with school. I got like one more class left to get my certificate, but just keep going, bro. Keep going. It's good.
Yeah,
What about
I
you?
feel it, bro. I got 2 more. I got what, three including this class, and I'll be done with my master's. I mean, but besides that, bro, I'm trying to see if I want to go for a PhD in leadership, but I don't know yet. We'll kind of see. We'll kind of see where I go.
Ain't you already there?
Right, might as well.
Yeah, but that don't mean I want to do it. That don't mean I want to go through it. They still can see you. You might just walk through. It's a wide view. We can see you. Get the hell. Move.
We got it on camera.
Thank you. Right, it's on camera. It's on camera. You hit me. No, you put your hands on me. Go now. Close the door. But yeah. I don't know yet, bro. Honestly, I don't know. You right. Why stop? I don't know if I feel like writing the whole fucking 35-page book.
Facts.
Just don't. You gotta write a whole. I don't feel like I feel like, but we'll see. If it's needed, I'll do it. Right now, it's not really needed. You feel me? So it's just is what it is. But we'll see. But that's really about it. I've been focusing on school, bro, work and shit like that, dog. So that's just another day in the life of being a dad, being a man, bro. So just best with it. So, all right, bet. So segment 1: why do men struggle to ask for help?
Pride.
Go ahead.
Pride for sure. We rather be the ones helping and lending the help, instead of being the ones asking for it. And yeah, I think it's just a pride thing, because when it comes down to it, depending on who's in your corner for that support, the help they want to help most of the time. So it's more like a self-sabotage thing.
I think it's more, well, I guess it depends, because sometimes it could be, more so of how you're brought up. Everybody ain't taught to be open to ask. Like I said in the beginning, a lot of us are, especially black, in the black household, especially now. I was raised by a single mother, so I heard shut up, men ain't supposed to cry, stuff like that a lot. You feel me? I didn't get open until I got older. You feel me? Until I had kids, and then it was all right, yeah, maybe you need to go get some help. Maybe you need to open up about what you're going through, because you can see the impact of it. But I think a lot of this has to do with a lot of genetics, bro, was passed down to us. You know, what our fathers see, what our uncles, what our mentors, coaches, what they all see. Because most of us, especially most black kids, we don't see a mentorship until we start playing a sport, and then we get a coach. You feel me? You got the head coach, and then you become good with whatever position coach you're in, you whatever, and then we start to see mentorship and start to understand it. But for those of us that don't participate in sports, when do we ever get it? When do we ever get a place to even open up, or for somebody to tell us that it's okay to even open up, or it's okay for us to be vulnerable? You feel me? Because it's not necessarily a weakness, because you want to be open. You want to be, you want to say, hey, bro, look, bro, I'm struggling, bro. I just need somebody to chop it up real quick. I call McLeod in a heartbeat. I've been in the middle of Walmart going off. In the middle of Walmart going off, bro. And I would been. He called me one day, bro. I put pause on the phone for an hour. I walked Walmart grocery shopping for an hour, bro, by myself. One phone, me and McLeod, just talking about whatever. But you feel me? But I'm gonna get twisted. He called me screaming, bro. I'm like, bro,
you want to get no groceries, just walking around.
I was on the way. I was supposed to be in there for like 15 minutes, but because I was just chopping it up. I was just walking around, just grabbing extra shit. But you feel me? Like, I just think, it's to me, it's more so genetic. It's more so a genetic thing, and not like, wouldn't say blood, but just because of what we see, and it gets instilled in us. So our fathers do it, and they pass it down instead of our dads telling us to come up, open up. They're telling us to shut up, man, supposed to cry, whatever the case is. So it's like, well, what am I gonna tell my son?
It makes me think about what John said in one of his books when he said, "You teach what you know, but you reproduce what you are." And that's what it seemed like you getting that right there, and I feel like that's true. That's definitely true.
I mean, it is, because you see, we have these people. So, all right, for me, for instance, I didn't really have a father growing up. It wasn't really there. Maybe instances, but overall, no. So now I'm more so of I'm unlearning what he didn't teach me. Because most people think because your father isn't there that you're not picking up these bad habits or these habits, but you're picking up being okay with abandonment. You're picking up being okay with when he is there, with him yelling, with him going crazy, with him doing this or being that. And then you get to a certain point and you're like, damn. You look at your child, your son, especially as a man, when you have a son, you feel me? You like, damn, I really am just another version of my father. Even though he wasn't there, you're still picking up these habits. Even though the habits you didn't see, you still pick them up. You feel me? So, once again, it's a habit. I think it's more so based on habits. McLeod, what you think, dog?
For me, why do men struggle to ask for help? I don't think it's a struggle to ask for help. I just think, how do I ask for help, and who am I asking help from? You feel me? Like that comes to a point. And I feel like it depends on a certain age range too. Because asking for help as a 6-year-old compared to asking for help as a 16-year-old is two different things. Or even like as I get older as a grown man, now I'm becoming more into my career. I could ask help in that aspect, but it's like, who do I ask to kind of elevate me to that level? Whether it's like career or even relationship advice, or even just a day-to-day of how to do certain things as far as like maintenance work. So like I can't ask for help from somebody that has not done that specific job to help me. So it's like you have to be very particular, I feel like, in a way, because I could ask help to my kids. I could be like, hey, Paris, I need you to go do the dishes. You feel me? But imagine me doing that into, like, saying we in a restaurant type of environment. Now it comes off of your certain tone of how you're doing it, because now I'm telling you to do this or you're going to end up getting fired. You know what I'm saying? You're doing this for a paycheck. So now I have to approach the type of leadership position you are in. You have to approach it in a different way. So it's like, I don't feel like men struggle to ask for help. It just who and how. That's not my main thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big trust thing. I think me and Cloud, we talk about this probably in every episode all the time, bro. It's a big because it's hard because how can I how can I trust? You feel me? Because
you give me the wrong advice on a tire change, I could potentially hurt myself on the road.
My kids, the whole I can kill everybody. It's going around the curve with a cliff or some shit. Look at it. The tire is still on the road, but my car just
rolling.
just rolling down that. You feel me? Just rolling. So you feel me? But I mean, yeah, it is hard to trust. And that's why I say you do have to have those people where you can call in the middle of Walmart and chop it up with and know that, you feel me, whatever I say is just gonna stay here, or whatever's gonna happen, you're gonna end up giving me some kind of advice, or you're gonna give me some big brother leadership, or whatever the case is. You may even tell me I'm an idiot. Well, maybe I need to hear I'm an idiot in that moment.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I have to be able to live with that. But it's a difference from you telling me I'm an idiot and you coming out of love, compared to, I don't know 4K. He telling me I'm an idiot. So I may take it a certain type of way. You feel me? But at the same time, we also have to give the people that we decide to listen to a chance to speak to us without us feeling some type of way. You feel me? Because it's not always in that manner. But when we're already struggling, you're upset, you're going through this, you're going through that. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't think I want to hear I'm an idiot right now. No, I want to hear I'm right. I want to hear I'm right. But at the end of the day, we need those people who are going to stand in our corners and do that and just be those people. But it's definitely all about, who we kind of trust. So do you think it's viewed as a, I would say, a weak spot within men asking for help or knowing how to ask for help?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
Because just off my personal experience and the men that I know, I grew up around a lot of men that are providers, and they're always the one lending a helping hand. So it makes it extra hard for them when they're finally in a position to need help, to ask for it. Even if they feel like the person to help, they just, it's a weird switch. It's a weird switch.
McLeod.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's a weak spot to ask for help. Yeah, I think it is, because like 4K said in the beginning, that pride sometimes is like, yeah, we might need help, but we want to figure this shit out on our own. Like let's learn first, and then like, okay, you probably was right, bro. I need to do it, but I need to learn. I need to create that experience for myself, because I just feel like it's not that hard. You said changing the tire, changing the brakes. Oh, that ain't nothing, bro. I feel like I could do it, but I probably miss one bolt, and that could mess up my whole car. Or I misalign my brakes or something, and I'm wondering why I'm hearing this scrubbing noise all the time. Like I feel like that experience needs to happen, but sometimes, like, to avoid that time and money, if we know somebody that is actually in that field, we could learn a lot from them by just asking. But as men, I feel like it does be viewed as weak, but it depends on, like, it got to come to a point where it's like, who cares? Like, who cares about who views us at this point? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we need the help, but it's like, why go through that time or the waste of time and money when the access is right there?
I feel like with the topic you just talked about, it reminded me of a part in the psychology of money where he was talking about it was like tail end events, and where he was talking about there's certain jobs that have to be done 100% right 100% of the time, and then there are certain jobs to where you only need to be right 30% or 40%. So when it comes to, like, gaining from experience or learning from somebody else's experience, it depends on what it is. Because if it's something that's going to affect you or your family in a big way, those are the moments to where we just got to suck it up and, get some help. But there's a lot of things to where you can't just be like, I try on my own, and if I mess up, then you know it's not that big of a deal. I can bounce back.
Yeah, but we gotta be able to bounce back, have that courage to want to get back on our feet and try again. Cause I feel like a lot of people, like once they hit that failure, that wall, damn man, I thought it was possible. You know what I'm saying? I'm going back to the land of the familiar now. Like I thought I could do it, but the fact that you have limited resources, it comes to a point. I feel like asking for help is also having a lot of resources that you could resort into, which results into maybe a lot of men, a lot of females in that field. But when you're not around that, you just resort back to what's normal. Like, man, I thought this was it. I thought I wanted to do it, but
so at what point do we get away from the bullshit of saying we're afraid of asking for help and realizing that it's not that we won't or we can't, but maybe it's more so of a prideful thing?
Whenever
we just so goddamn prideful that, you feel me, it leads into us feeling like a weakness. Because me personally, and I know I'm one out of a billion men or whatever, I personally don't think it's a weakness to ask for help. I've never thought that a day in my life that it was a weakness. You feel me? I've had people come to me whether I was back in my earlier 20s, high school or whatever. Now I never did it, but that wasn't because I thought it was weak. It was because, like McLeod said, I didn't know how to. Right. But at some point, we, you know, I can get how can we view it as weakness. And I think it depends on who you tell it to, or who you're talking to, or in that moment who you're confiding in. Because some people will turn that into a weakness. You get around the wrong female and you tell her something about you, and she'll turn it, you know, when you're angry, when y'all upset, mad. Oh, well, you remember your dad was a failure. Well, you're a failure just like your dad.
that shit sting, boy.
Kill you.
To answer that question, on when it's time to suck it up, I feel like one of the best moments to, you know, suck it up and ask for help whenever you need to is when it starts to affect more than just you. Whenever you become a father or an uncle or in charge of people, and it's going to affect more than just you, that's when you have to suck it up, because I personally don't feel like it's right for other people to be negatively affected over something that small, all because you were scared to open your mouth.
Yeah, I think the best thing you could do is take care of you at the end of the day. If you don't take care of you in every way possible, whatever the case is, and it's not like you got to go 100% for you, but you got to put something into you. So when it comes to, like you said, when you're having these kids or whatever, you have to be able to put your pride to the side and be like, okay, I'm cool. I'm not being weak. I'm being a man. I have a boy. I have a girl that I have to raise. I have a wife who depends on me. I have this that depends on me. So I have to do these things, you know, and we get to a point to where I feel like we just don't even try. We just be like, well, fuck it. It ain't gonna matter, because we just go off the stereotypes of ain't nobody listening anyway, right? That's what we always say. Anyways, ain't nobody listening, don't nobody care. You feel me? So why do it? So why continue doing it? So, and then we end up in the same predicament, you know. But it'll be, in my opinion, I think it's one of those things that'll never end. You'll never have 100 complete percent on the topic of, you feel me, everybody asking for help, or everybody being comfortable asking for help. I think my whole computer just went off.
Yeah, now you just like lagging a little bit, bro. But I also feel like it has you have to have confidence to be able to go ask somebody, and then that other person has to be able not to be gatekeeping on it when we become vulnerable to ask for help. Because in those two exchanges, it's like, man, we seeking information, but when we get information, it feel like I gotta pull teeth just to get it. Like I'm asking for help, and maybe like that first experience of somebody, they gatekeep it. So it's like, damn, man, like in the back of your head, like I asked this one person for help, but they withheld the information. So it's like I'm seeing somebody else do the same thing. Now I'm losing confidence to want to speak up. The whole time he's able to give that message back to me. So it's like both parties had to be on the same page of not only like giving the knowledge, but we also had to have that confidence builder to go ask for it. Because those two is not aligned. Now we like
create
some type of conflict. Go ahead.
That's a little off topic. Just a little side thing. What's up with you, Mr. McCall? Why you got a pen in your hand? You talking with your hands? What's going on? You looking rew studious over there.
Yeah, bro. Look, I be taking notes, bro. I be listening. It's just like it's like it's an experience for me. And then like I've heard with hand motions, it kind of gravitates the audience a little bit more.
Pulls a man. It definitely does. All right, so quick fact. Studies constantly show men are less likely than women to seek him. I believe we talked about this before. Studies constantly show men are less likely than women to seek emotional support, even during periods of significant stress. True. When my uncle died, I didn't seek help until I felt completely broke. Until I felt it affecting my family, just like 4K said. You feel me? Even though I knew I needed it way before he passed away, I knew I needed help. But it took that big moment for it to happen. I think if that wouldn't happen, I think I probably would have did it due to the fact of me having kids and me growing, and I know, okay, cool, I'm going to be in a bigger job to where it's more stress, and I have to be able to come home and still be able to be a dad, be a husband, be a provider, be a protector, and not let that shit bother me, and still have to be able to take on everything that comes with being a dad, everything that comes with being a protector, a provider, a husband, and still be able to take care of myself. So me personally, I thought the biggest way to do that was to be able to go sit with somebody who was unbiased every 2 weeks and can pretty much talk about whatever. I got this little Asian dude just going. I go in that bitch. I go to the porch, bro. Hit my little real quick. Go to my trees. I go chop it up from about 45 minutes to an hour, bro. Hey, look, I don't be playing, bro. I be in that bitch and I be chopping it up by whatever. It just be about whatever, and I feel good in that moment. You feel me? I feel decompressed, but it also teaches me ways to decompress without having to go to therapy, and things I can give my kids if I ever see them in a certain state as well. And it also shows courage, because when they be like, "Daddy, where you going?" Well, Daddy got a mental health appointment. I need it. Mm-hmm. So my babies know, okay, cool, shit. It's cool, because like I said, a lot of that stuff is what's taught down. So instead of bringing down just being shut up and being so quiet and being all, bro, open up, baby. Where you going down? Your daddy got a mental health appointment. There was mental health. I'll tell you about it when I get back. But just know, just take heed, do it. So I think doing that stuff. But yeah, that's my spiel on that. Who y'all want to go on that? Say something on that.
Whenever you started, you see the hand. Yeah, you see it. You see the hand.
Goofy.
So whatever. Another thing, when you talked about like pretty much like being aware of when you're growing and in a leadership position, also helps be able to put those things aside and do what you need to do in the moment, regardless of how hard it may seem. Because I feel like once you get a certain level of awareness, it helps push through those barriers easier, because you're aware and you already know what the other door holds. So at that point, it's a lot easier to just tear through that wall of fear or whatever it is.
True, which is true. It's true. Okay, Jason, you want to say before we go to the next segment?
Yeah, I kind of want to go off of that fact that you had said. You said men are less likely. What you said on that one?
Studies constantly show men are less likely. What? Oh, studies constantly show men are less likely than women to seek emotional support, even during periods of significant stress.
Yeah, I believe that's true as well. Cause your girls, they quit to go call their home girl.
Get that confirmation bias. We ain't here for that.
They quit to go on that, but it's like for us, it's like, man, let me just. I already told you, let's die in the gym. Like it's kind of hard because everybody's experience, I feel like, is different. Like somebody's toxicity level in one relationship may not be that toxicity level in the other relationship. You know what I'm saying? So just being able to just, I feel like that space is needed. Like we don't have to immediately go and pick up the phone and call somebody because now we attacking on an emotional base. You feel me? Like at that point, it's like 4K said, becoming self-aware. You become self-aware of the incident that's going on. Breathe. Think about it, then react. Because you instantly go into reaction mode off of a trigger. Now we're thinking about, okay, what could happen next? Some of us will go straight into that trigger and not even worry about the next. Now it causes a domestic violence call or something like that. Like it goes too high because we didn't self-reflect, we didn't have self-awareness on it, and then we just immediately reacted. So in those moments, I just feel like, yeah, the girls could go and chop it up, drama, oh, he ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. It's noise to get you out of that comfort zone. Like they testing those buttons, but you know who you are, bro. You know, nah, bro. Like it's always room for improvement, but I know I'm not that. She's in her feelings right now. Feel me? So just being able to have that awareness and being calm, because like 4K said, also it hurts the other people's around you too, because you're not able to hold yourself accordingly. So that little trigger that just happened, you exploded. Now we gotta worry about the kids. What's going on with the kids? Because now if the kids walk in while you exploding, what's stopping you from doing something to the kids? Feel me? So we have to be aware. We have to be able to understand, like, nah, this ain't the time or place. Nah, I'm not about to go on call. Let me just step away, breathe, think about it. She's mad right now, but I guarantee she don't mean it. And then we talk about it later. That's where effective communication needs to come in there, because we constantly just like going at or whatever, or we hearing something that we don't like. We want to react. That's not how you grow. If you want to grow, you got to be able to communicate. So in order to communicate, you have to be aware. You can't react on everything. So that was my only spiel I wanted to give on that one, because personal experience, yes, that I feel like that definitely is true.
I just had to talk to one of my brothers about an incident like that, to where he's married, and you know, with him being a husband, if your wife doesn't display certain qualities and it upsets you, even with me not being married, just me being like very into leadership, I have to let them know, like, as a husband, if your wife doesn't display certain qualities and it upsets you, you blowing your top just like she just blew hers doesn't do anybody any good. Somebody has to display the qualities that's needed in this situation. And you as the husband, I mean, she's your real. Therefore, regardless of how you feel, this is one of those moments to where you have to be the leader, since that's what you say you are, and show what you need to show, or else things will never get better.
Which is true. All right, so before we get into segment 2 is going to be about identifying your circle, right? So I want to take a quick minute. I want 4 people or groups that you would say is your support system. Which, if you had to call somebody right now, and you can write it down. I'm writing mine down as we talk. Write it down. And I want to see, I kind of want to compare and see who we have. I say 4 because I could think about 4 off the top. Let's do 5.
Is this including like family?
Family, friends,
or away
brothers,
from
uncles, somebody that's dead, somebody that's alive, Tupac, Biggie, I don't give a fuck. Five people. It could be a group, one group. If you got like a fraternity, that fraternity can be your thing, something like that. You feel me?
That was easy.
Nah,
my circle established. My circle stamped. Boom.
Let me know let me know when you're done, McLeod.
I'm gonna let y'all go first. I'm still thinking, bro.
Nah, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait until you go.
It's kind of hard because like I don't have a big circle.
Well, I said 5. I only got 4. I was only able to come up with 4.
And y'all know all of them.
Yeah.
So that's what I said. Like it's like even when creating this list, are we talking about like identifying?
You're thinking too deep.
Nah, but I don't think I am.
Your immediate circle. If something was to go down right now, and you needed somebody to call to support you in any way, type of way, emotionally, financially, or prayer, whatever. 4 people, 4 to 5 people a group that you can rely on.
They could be from multiple.
Because you about to go in, yeah,
McLeod
about to go into it.
Emotional.
McLeod about to it. What if they got a PhD but they stupid? It don't matter. It don't matter.
Okay. It don't matter. Yeah, I think I got it.
Good. Who want to go first?
I got you.
Go ahead.
I got my boy Keyshawn. I got my boy Jack. Markel. This nice dude I know named Martavius. And this other dude I know named Joshua.
Okay. McLeod, go ahead.
My 5 people. I look at my mom and dad as one, so I count them as one. I got my wife. I got 4K Glenn York.
My shit look bad. All right. I got my wife. I got my best friend Q. I got McLeod, and I got my brother Ernie. That's probably the 4 that I think if anything, when I speak on, so and we can establish it. So the first really topic is who or what makes up a healthy support system, right? And I think we as men don't understand how important it is to have those people that we can just go talk to, or if we're in a bind, if we need that extra $100 for daycare, it's okay to ask for that $100. It's whatever the case is. So who can we do that to? And I think it's important to have that, because, bro, you never know who who can help you, and you never know who you can help. You feel me? Just by being strong, just by going through whatever, just by having a conversation. You feel me? So it's not always about who, the money, or whatever. It's about the time, the effort. What are you doing that somebody else isn't? What are you doing that my father did? What was too scared to do? You feel me? Because we got a lot of uncles out here who are probably our biggest support system. You feel me? And the only reason I ain't put mine because he passed away.
Yeah.
You feel me? But we have uncles who don't have kids, bro. My uncle when I was 18. Yeah, I think about 18, 19, I was getting out of high school. He took me in. He got my first job where he was working at. He took me to get a bank account. He gave me $60. Put 30 in your check-ins, 30 in your savings. You feel me? If you're hungry, go to your check-ins, go to the store and buy you some bologna. I ain't got no money for you. Go get some bologna, some bread and chips, dog. You feel me? But at the end of the day, I knew if I really needed, or if I needed a ride to work, or if I needed whatever, Aunt was gonna make sure I was straight. Now he was gonna lecture me. I was gonna have to hear his mouth for that bus money, because I work. I got a job. So, bro, why you ain't saving up? You need to be saving up. Woo. But he was gonna make sure I was straight. You feel me? So that's when I speak on support system and what makes up a healthy support system. It's never about the money, dog. It's never about the money, because everybody can't provide financially. Most time our support systems can only survive. We can call them and tell them how we're feeling, and tell them that we're going through this, we're going through that. 9 times out of 10, you can't call them for money. It's only maybe one person out of your whole support system that you probably can call and ask for money. Right? Everybody else is kind of that emotional, that support, that prayer, that whatever else you need, right? So that's when I know you're about to say, well, what do you mean by support system? That's what I mean. It's not about the money. It's not about if you got Dak Prescott as a friend, so what? That's not. It's about, bitch, if 4K, if your lights go off, who can you call to go stay with. They may not have the money, but come on, bro. I ain't got the bread, but I got a couch for you. You feel me, McLeod? Who can we call on if a tornado comes and we need to put our kids somewhere? Who can you call on to do that? You feel me? So support systems, that's what we need. We need people that we can do that. And not only that, people that'll be like, once again, bro, you stupid, or you tripping, or well, bro, you need counseling, bro. I can't help you, bro. You need counseling. Matter of fact, I know somebody that's in counseling. I'm gonna put you in contact so y'all can link up.
Yeah.
Another important thing about the support system, I feel like
I ain't mean to go on. I started getting it.
You was getting in the bag.
Yeah, we going.
Another thing about the support system that I feel like is important is Another thing about the support system that I feel like is important is it needs to be diversified. Everybody you got in your support system can't be there for the same thing. Each one of my friends that I got written here for my 5, they're all literally for like something different. Ones I talk to about if my relationship is rough at the moment, financial help, family help, mental, like different things, and being able to have a diversified circle like that for help, I feel like it's very, very important.
Clyde, what happened? You want to say something?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Because as everybody all the same, there will be no movement. Because all it will be drama base, a bunch of yes men, a bunch of toxicity, and I don't need that. Because you cannot move forward if they all thinking the same thing. Like, yes, business related, yeah, we can move on, but to be able to diversify everything, to show that growth, to show that person, hey, I could pick up and yell at your ass in the middle of the night, or a person that you could understand business with, or a person that understand like I feel like your parents is always there to come and reflect on, and then like your spouse and stuff. Like it's so many parts that kind of help you gain like that character within yourself to help you grow, and I feel like this list could actually be bigger for me. It's just those go-tos, those are my people, man.
And it always can be bigger because you got people who you got. I got homies who we got a group chat, and we'll probably maybe once a month. Y'all good? Everybody good? Or I'll send the kids or whatever. But I got people like McLeod. I'm probably gonna talk to McLeod probably maybe 3-4 times a week. And a lot of it gonna be through text because I'm gonna have some ideas about the show, about the group, about whatever. And I need a support system to bounce ideas off in order to make the show better, in order to have that. So you be like, hey, what you, bro? Now I don't really dig that. Why you don't dig it, bro? All right, well, this is why I don't dig it. Well, okay, I get why you don't dig it, but this why I dig it. And we can go back and we can have that. So it is important to have that.
Instead of people getting too emotional about it, it'd be like, hey, we just talk to figure it out.
Yeah, you get too emotional, bro. And then I think when the support system, just like everything else, bro, it's only one position for a CEO. Everybody can't be the CEO in the support system. Somebody got to be the janitor. Somebody got to be there to be able to clean you up. After you done going through everything, they got to be able to be there for you to call them and be like, look, man, I'm at my lowest. I just need, you feel me? And if you don't have that, like you said, it's gonna be bad. You're gonna go in circles. You're gonna be going around the goddamn NASCAR track. You're gonna be going in circles, dog. You're gonna be going in circles. Imagine having a football team, all linemen. Come on now, having a football team. Imagine having a football team, bro, and nothing but linemen. Imagine having a basketball team with nothing but Steph Curry's.
That'll be lethal though.
Against a team with, let's say, with a bunch of with a bunch of Shays. It ain't gonna be lethal.
I don't know. Basketball might be a little different. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I guess because shooting this shit is a little different, but football stuff like that, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. So you do have to have that, and I don't think it necessarily has to all be family. It has to be, like you said, different, but you got to make sure you don't got no idiots. But sometimes you need an idiot in your circle to show you to show you that you just ain't as dumb as you think you is. You know,
I am doing the right thing.
You feel me? I am doing the right thing. I am, you know, and then you just need that people. You feel me? But so all right. So next, so how do you know when somebody genuinely wants you to succeed? That's a part of your circle.
Say again.
How do you know when someone genuinely wants you to succeed? That is a part of your inner circle.
I know for sure my boy Keyshawn. My boy Keyshawn, his way of showing up is a little bit different, but I understand that. So like, I get a random phone call from Keyshawn and he asked me, how you doing with, I'm an entrepreneur and everything and what I'm pursuing and all that. He'll randomly call, how you do, how everything going? And I explain it to him, no matter how good or bad it is, the response is gonna be the same. You can get your shit together. You ain't doing good enough. You ain't rich yet. Why your mama still gotta pay rent? Why your mama ain't got a house yet? You a hoe. I know that's just how I keep shining. No matter how good or how bad you do it, he gonna talk trash to put that fire up on him. But he always gonna be there. Always gonna be there.
True, McCloud.
Asking questions. They become more open now to your mindset, and they start, bro, like, show me, or they'll be more open to, like, okay, now that I got this, they'll like ask me. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, when somebody genuinely wants to like see you succeed, they will start asking more questions because they see that the growth, they see the mindset that you have, and they see that it's potential there. So it's like now you become more of a leader to them too. Now that you become more of a role model, because it's like, bro, I love what you're doing. You positive with it. Help me. You know what I'm saying? Like now it comes to a point where you trying to bring others up, because it's never just about you, bro. Like we're not gonna live on this earth for 200 years. Like that's reality. You feel me? So it's like the time that we do have here, how can not only we help ourselves but help the others around us? That's why I hate people that gatekeep, because like, bro, 200 years somebody probably gonna forget about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not help this person on trying to succeed in something, whether it's a trial and error for them or whatnot? It's gonna be gone in 200 years. But all we have now is just the legacies that we could leave behind. Like we have the books that we could read, that we purchased, that could be passed down. So it's like when somebody generally want to see you succeed, it's never just about money anymore. It's more about impact and resources. What do you have now that you think I should have? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm struggling in this area. Do you know anybody? Yeah, bro, I might know somebody or I might not. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest, having that trust. Now they be able to trust you now, because say you do have a family and you got to the point where you able to move around and like, man, I'm really digging you. Now you start bringing more like your family involved. But if you don't really have that right people, like that right circle, you kind of standing on the back end because like, man, I don't want my kids around you. Feel me? So it's like you being having that succeed should go past just money. It should come into more relationship wise of everything. Being more understanding. When you giving advice, now they like tap into your mindset. They ask more questions. So I think that's my main focus right now. When somebody generally wants you to succeed, they show more interest.
Time spent helping you trying to succeed at your goals. I think when the motherfucker put not the same amount of time in, right? But when they put an effort, whether it's your homeboy, whether it's somebody you're dating or whatever the case is, right? When somebody come to you with some facts about what you trying to, like, imagine McCloud, you doing apparel, and you tell me about apparel, and I'm coming back to you 2 days later and say, well, hey, I found this site that do bulk. You can pay for a bulk and get it. Well, you're gonna be like, damn,
yeah. Nah, that says a lot.
Well, I appreciate you, but you ain't had to go. You ain't had to do all that. I appreciate you. So me, I think it's all about the time spent. You know, how are you helping me? You know, what are you doing? Not just okay, cool. You're not helping me physically, but how are you helping me to you see me struggling? So how are you helping me with the mental burden? You feel me? Don't give me money. Can you put me in a position to help me make money? Because you already see me struggling. So you feel me? So just help me. If you see it, if you see something, do something. Say something.
Yep.
You feel me?
That's good.
It's just really that simple, dog. It's really, to me, and that's just me. That's just my personal opinion. You feel me? And those that wanna, and you gonna know off the rip. You're gonna know, especially when you're doing stuff, when you're doing outings, when you're doing events. They're gonna be in the ones that don't want to see you. They're gonna be in the ones in the corner, or the ones whispering to everybody. But the ones that do care, they're gonna be right there. We're gonna be enjoying that shit together. You could be winning. You could be ahead of me in the game, bro. You could be ahead of me in the game, and I don't care. We gonna be doing it together. I'm just as proud as you. Matter of fact, I'm more proud of you for succeeding me than just winning at all. So now, as your brother, I'm not jealous, but it's time for me to pass you up. You feel me? And that's another way it's helping as well. And that's how you create a competitive edge, and you create a better bond, a better vibe with your peoples, because you get that edge and you do that. You feel me? But that's just my take on it. So, I got a question. So who would you call at 2 a.m. and who could call you? If you was going through it, you need to call somebody at 2 a.m. or if somebody was going through it and they can call you at 2 a.m., who would it be?
Everybody on that list. I mean, to them, they might not, because I might be asleep or at the gym. So if I'm at the gym, then yeah, but everybody on the list, I feel like I could call at 2 a.m.
Specifically at 2 a.m., I would probably say the only one that would probably answer the phone at 2 o'clock in the morning
for real
is Josh. For some reason, we actually had instances to where we actually spoke at 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't think my parents gonna pick up at 2 a.m.
Yeah, my brother might. I probably have to call him. I probably call most times. Yeah. McLeod might, but his shit be on Do Not Disturb.
Right. Be calling him.
I work overnight, and I be texting him in the middle of the night. And like McLeod will probably wake up with flyers, banners, pictures, text, a prayer. Fuck you. I think I'm sick of this in the matter of like because I work overnight, so I'll get an idea and I'll send it and all type of shit. So maybe McLeod, I don't know, but probably my brother and my wife, of course, her. My best friend, she probably gonna be drunk somewhere, somebody club. Ain't even gonna cap. Ain't even gonna cap. That's the 2 a.m. She work overnight too, but yeah, probably those people. And I got some other, like I said, extended people I probably that'll probably answer if I call, because we don't talk often, so they're gonna know what this ain't calling me at 2 a.m.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Yeah,
and shit like that, And I got people who that are probably, but yeah. But who could I call? Oh yeah, or who could call me? Shit ain't too many. McLeod. Anybody on that list probably could call me at 2 a.m. Now, will I answer is the question.
Yeah,
If your
that's the question you got to ask yourself.
If your phone call go through on my cellular device at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna probably answer, because my phone is on Do Not Disturb 24/8, and you are very important. You are very important if your phone call go through on my phone. So if that phone call go through, it's somebody I know that's very, very close and very, very important.
Which makes sense. That makes sense. My shit never on Do Not Disturb. I just don't answer the phone.
He let that be ring.
I will look at it.
Yeah.
Man, that's what bro. If I don't play, my mama call me. I would not answer the phone. No, not answering the phone.
When I'm on D&D, it just depends what I'm doing at the moment. Like if I'm doing like some content and stuff, and I don't want like a call to come through as I'm doing the content, like it stops the video. So I make sure it's on DND.
It's really annoying.
Yeah, or I'm on the phone with like a client or something, and I got this other call, or like I'm doing something with a client. That's the only reason. Like if I'm busy, bro, that's why it's like that. That's the only reason why. But during the nighttime, yeah, it has it automatically on like sleep mode. I don't know why it does that, but I got it to where favorites come through though. So like those people that's on the list, yes,
they come through. Yeah,
on there.
It don't matter. I'll resend that bitch 13. I'll call him, text him. You gonna answer me one way or another.
I don't know about
Facebook, Instagram. So it's gonna answer. All right, segment 3: accountability versus enabling. No, I don't want that one. Why do men need accountability? Y'all ain't got accountability in your life?
Why do men need accountability?
I mean, definitely can't grow without it.
Okay, what's up? You sleep?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be forced to be accountable anyway.
That's fine.
I want to know that.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it depends on your life. But it's kind of hard to say because you could be
accountable. Because sometimes you're too accountable. Because sometimes somebody else will do something wrong, and I take blame for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, because I did this when maybe in that situation, I mean, it was them.
Let me tell you something. If we get pulled over and you got something in that car that you not fessing up to, you going? I'm gonna let them know that you got it in there. No accountability. All right. I think we need it.
Accountability right there.
Accountability. I know if you know, you will be accountable and held accountable for your actions. You are a grown goddamn man. So we at all times need to be held accountable. If we are not, if you give somebody an excuse, they may use it. So why give them an excuse?
Yeah.
You need to be. You are responsible for that rent. You are responsible for that car note. You're responsible for those children, for that woman, for that son, for whatever, for the groceries. You're responsible for that. You signed up for this. When you decided not to pull out, when you decided to get married, when you decided you won't live with mama no more. You took on that responsibility. So the accountability is needed. It's the reason why we got child support. Sad to say. Some men need to be on child support.
Yeah. And
I advocate for the ones I know that's on child support and that don't need to be on there because they still coming out of pocket more than the same amount of money as child support. But it's the reason why we have a justice system, is that what you want to call it? A justice system.
So when does accountability start then?
What do you mean? When you what?
Awareness.
I believe at an early age. I teach my kids now. You gotta take out the garbage.
So you define accountability as responsibility?
Awareness.
You said it's awareness?
Awareness.
Accountability and responsibility.
It's very hard for somebody to be accountable for something they're not aware of.
Yeah, very true. And no, it's not responsibility, but I'm counting on you to know what you're supposed to do.
Okay. So
I gave you my expectations of what you're supposed to do for this household. So you're accountable for taking out the garbage. Okay, and I'm going to hold you accountable for that. I'm going to hold you to your word because you told me you got it, and you told me you was going to take it out.
So you hold others accountable, but not like you hold yourself accountable, or does it depend on the relationship though?
No. I hold everybody accountable. I don't expect. It's a different expectation. My expectations of you and what I'm holding you accountable for. My expectations of McLeod will never go on McLeod. You'll never know about it. You'll never know unless you ask. Otherwise, I expect you to be a gentleman, and what that entails. I also have other expectations, but that it's not for you to. It's not, because it's not for you to live up to. Because if I expect you to live up to them and you fail, then to me you're a failure, right?
Because it didn't meet the expectations.
Because you didn't. But I expect you to. But what I expect you to be accountable for is for you being a man, for you taking care of your household, for you getting up, going to work, for you doing this, for you doing that. If you say you're gonna come and mow my lawn, I'm gonna hold you accountable for bringing your ass over here and mow my lawn.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
It means your word has a lot of power to it. Then, because that kind of defines as a man who you are. Is your words. That's really all we got. Okay,
which
that
is
makes
true.
sense. But that, but that's what I'm saying. Like, does it come to a certain age where you have to create that accountability? Like, does it matter whether you're a teenager?
I think you teach it. I think you instill it. I think you teach it, and I think that's why as fathers we spend, I would say, probably 85% of being a parent teaching. Right. If you really think about it, 85% of being a parent, mentor, whatever is all about teaching. So you have to teach the kid about accountability. And like you said, awareness. You have to teach them to be aware of things so they know that they're going to be held accountable. Right. Ignorance of the law does not exempt you from that law.
Yeah.
You just ignorant of the law. If you go to court, if I stab you in your forehead and I tell you, ma'am, I didn't know stabbing McLeod in the forehead was a crime because I didn't read up on it. Oh well.
Too bad. Yeah.
Ignorance of the law does not exempt that. You feel me? It's a difference if you was born yesterday and you just so happen to wake up and you know, or you're a 1-year-old and you stab somebody. You don't really know as a 1-year-old what you're doing. You feel me? But for my kids, I do believe kids at a certain point in time, you have to give them responsibilities so they know that in life they're going to be accountable for certain things.
Well,
yeah, it's not about the chore, it's about the accountability of you doing the chore, because we agreed on me paying you a certain amount of money. So just like when I go to work, I'm held accountable to a certain KPI or metric. So I expect the same thing. So that's what I mean. I don't know if that kind of answer your question, but go ahead.
No, you did. I was just, it was something extra. I was gonna say, could that also tie into discipline as well?
Can teach it. I think he can teach it, and not just like. And this is not just speaking on kids, it's speaking on anybody. Because I believe we can. I believe sometimes where some things aren't taught to us, and we learn it later, right? So I didn't know about financial literacy until I got older. Right, it wasn't taught to me as a kid. You feel me? Accountability was taught to me, but it wasn't drilled into me.
Yeah, until the kids came.
I had to kind of drill that into me because I didn't have that whatever. Okay, you feel me? So I think, you know, it don't matter what age you are, it can be taught, but I think it does have to start at a younger age, because you get to a certain point. So, you know, you have, and I think not only that, you have to keep holding the people accountable, because you end up with people who end up in prison because they blame everything else on everybody else. They do something stupid, or they don't do what they're supposed to because of whatever. Oh, I have this or I have that. You think I care? So for instance, so 4K, I have a 4-year-old, he has autism, right? I don't treat him any different with some little things. I have to be more patient with him, right? Because he doesn't know how to regulate emotions. So it's a tough one. He gets too excited to whatever, right? But at the same time, I still expect him to be able to do the same thing as his siblings, right? Because that's what I instill. I instill that, yeah, you have autism, but you're still accountable for what you do, no matter what you may have. So, you know, but that's just, yeah.
What do you feel more important, like teaching, like verbally, or showing?
Both. Have to have both. And I think now when people get older, everybody's different. Me, I'm kind of more of I have to see it. with kids don't necessarily understand everything you're saying, and they don't understand everything you're seeing, or they can see it, but they it may not. It just be a kind of a trickery. So I think it's both, and I just like disciplining. I think you have to have some physical, and you got to be able to talk to them. So the same thing, you have to be able to tell your kid, okay, bet. Let me show you what this book. So this is a dinosaur. My dinosaur. This is a dinosaur, and this is what this is. Instead of imagine saying, don't stick your hand in his mouth, because if you bite it, you're gonna lose your hand. Your kid is probably not gonna listen.
Yeah, they're probably gonna try.
9 times out of 10, they're not gonna do it. That little boy not gonna listen. So you know what he gonna do? He gonna do it. So now he's been held accountable for what? His actions.
Yep.
And what did you learn? I told you not to do what? It's okay. So a hard head make a soft ass.
Do you think that goes hand in hand with being wise and being smart? Wise meaning learning from other people's mistakes, and smart being able to adjust properly when you make the mistake yourself. You know, having to bump your head.
Hold on, ask that one time.
Do you feel like that like verbal teaching and actions go hand in hand with being wise and being smart? Wise meaning you can learn from other people's actions, not having to make the mistake yourself, and being smart, which is making a mistake yourself, bumping your head, but being able to properly adjust.
I think it depends on the person.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same. Yeah,
because everybody different. Because soft, soft. Some people you got to bump your head in order for you to learn that you can't take $100 and flip it and do this with it. You got to understand. Yeah, but that's not working, bro. You posting that same video, you get 1 view. Stop doing that. Just stop doing that. Just stop.
What about
stop.
The rare instant? Well, not even that rare. The situations to where it's one of them situations to where you have to be right 100% of the time, but not one of the ones that you got to be right 30% of the time.
I don't think you ever have to be right 100% of the time, bro. You feel me? I think even that rare percentage, I think you may think you have to be right in that instant, but you necessarily don't have to. Maybe it's an ego thing, maybe it's a pride thing, or whatever the case is. I do think it's times where you have to prepare for shit to go right 100% of the time. But do I ever think things go something that will go right 100% of the time? I don't think so. But is it things that need to? Of course. But will it? Me personally, I don't think so. I'm glad we stick on that one.
Yeah, definitely prepare for that 100%, because automatically, like, I think we get that 100% confused with school. Like, we think, oh, just because we got all the right answers, now we deserve that 100%. But in real life, you prepare for that 100% to happen. Like, it doesn't just automatically happen just because if this is our first rodeo and we're going straight through it, I don't expect you to get it all correct at one time. I want you to learn from it. So the part that you were saying, as far as just the wise part, when we was young, we probably was still hard-headed. It had to take something for us to happen to, like, oh shit, get into that smart mode, or even get into that wise mode where we do want to open up and learn from other people. Because we constantly feel like we could walk around, we know everything. There's always somebody better. There's always somebody that's putting that extra work when we think we are. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody out there that's dribbling that ball way better than me. Somebody shooting that ball way better than me. But I think I'm all big head and I got it. Calm down. Calm down. So, but it's always like that extra effort. Like York saying, like, how much effort are you gonna put into building that craft up? Like, yeah, we could teach verbally and you know what I'm saying, hands-on, but it comes to the point where it's like, are you gonna listen, or am I wasting my time? Because now you asked for this help, but are you receiving it now? Because I'm showing you the game, but it's like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna learn from it, or just gonna push it to the side? Because now I feel like I'm wasting my time, because you asked for a mentor, or you ain't specifically say, oh, I want a mentor, but you asking for somebody that's developing in the field that you are interested in. So are you gonna learn from, or are you gonna think you know it all and create this competition? Yeah, and you want to compete every single time against the person that you know could help you. And that's why we were just talking about earlier, our ego sometimes get in the way, our pride get in the way sometimes, because it's like we want to show the other person wrong, but it's like, why not just, bro, you're not gonna be here for 200 years. Try it with me, or try to grow in this type of, like, I'm telling you, so you don't have to figure it out on your own.
But why when I could bump my head? Why when I can be self-made? Why when I could be so independent? And I think that's the thing that even when we speak of seeking help, asking for
you can't
help,
get that time back.
You can't.
So it cut that time down. That's the only way. That's why I'm trying to help you have more time to be able to enjoy those riches or do whatever you want to do that's within that goal. Because I've already did the mistakes. I'm 50, 60 years old. I already did all the mistakes.
Yeah,
and
but
I'm
that should
open.
sound good. But to somebody who younger, somebody to us not listening, 4K, how you is, bro? What you about? Your early 20s, mid 20s?
29.
It's disgusting.
Oh, you okay, you are there. All right. But imagine you like 24, bro, 18, 19, fresh out of high school. You're not trying to hear nothing I'm talking about, bro. So of course you may say, I want this, I want that, or you may come to me telling me certain things, but you can tell me that you want this, but are you ready to receive it? Are you ready to receive what I'm trying to give you?
That comes down to your environment, because you personally may want that, but your environment, the people that you're around, they don't believe. So it's like, it's kind of hard because you're hearing all this outside noise. Like, you want to listen, but now somebody else come, hey bro, like, why are you doing that? Like, come on, let's go do this. I know how to get you like fast money. Like, you gonna involve that more because you're around it, instead of just listen to the old head. Like, of course, that, like, yeah, we don't want to hear it, but it's like, what do you want? We let the outside influence dictate our next actions.
I actually wrote about that, Tay. It's pretty much about like process.
I'm gonna get some drink. I'll be right back. I can stay here.
Pretty much about like process. How like younger people, they always try to take shortcuts and stuff like that, and they want the fastest, quickest, easiest way, when they don't understand the way that they believe is hard is actually the easiest way, and most times the only way to get it. And even if you get lucky and accidentally, end up getting it from that shortcut,
are you gonna be able to keep it?
Right, you're not gonna be able to maintain it because you didn't learn any of the intangibles or the qualities that you needed to learn from the journey that you were supposed to take. So once you lose it, you're back at square one. And somebody that actually went through the process, they don't have to worry about that, because when it goes away, they're able to get it again, because those intangibles are things you can't take away.
But do you feel like they actually at square one all over again though? Because now they have that lesson, they bumped their head. Now they got to start, like, it's up to them to be aware now. Like, damn, I just bumped my head. Am I just going back doing the same thing, or can I learn from that?
I mean, awareness is still level one to me. They didn't learn any.
It depends on the person.
Yeah, they didn't learn any of the qualities from the journey because they didn't take any of the journey. So I believe that
if you still bump your head, you're not learning. If you still in the same predicament, if you failed and you started again and you're in the same predicament and you keep failing at that same spot. You need to look in the mirror, baby. They ain't got nothing to. Once again, we talking about pride, or we talking about just not knowing?
Ignorance, awareness.
We're talking about ignorance of the law. Are we talking about a 6-year-old who just doesn't comprehend, just doesn't know the law? Are we talking about an adult who just is being ignorant? So what I'm putting in front of you, I'm showing you. I got the blueprint right here. I got 10,000 views this month. I got the blueprint right here. I'm showing you what you got to do. You got to post twice a day, every day. You got to put it on your story. You got to tag this person. You got to collab. I'm showing you the blueprint. And yet you get to you wondering why you only getting 2,000 views. Well, you're not listening. You're only posting once a day. You're not being diverse. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. You wondering why you're in the same life. Well, you at this job and what you doing this job, bro? I told you how to look for a job. I told you about a 401k. I told you about this and that, and you're not listening. Now look at you. You got them foot broke. How you gonna pay for that medical bill?
One of the main things I learned on that topic is reading. Like Jim Rohn said in one of his seminars, to where it was like a lot of successful people wrote their stories down in books.
Put in their books.
And people don't read them. Reading that book that takes you 5 to 8 hours could save you 5 years of trial and error.
5 to 10 years. You want to hide something from a black person?
Put it in the book.
Put it in the book. It's crazy. But we'll pick up a Bible though.
It still don't do it.
The only thing is, yes, it could be put in a book and we could read it, but now it comes to we have to apply it, because all that knowledge could be all in our head and whatever. We could talk a good game, but it comes down to actually taking action on it. And I think like now that we have so much access to AI and all this other stuff, we get overwhelmed with a bunch of information to the point where we stay stagnant.
So stop trying to deep dive. Focus. Stop trying to.
That rabbit hole get crazy, boy.
You can't. You become
analysis paralysis.
Long got it.
Paralysis. Yeah.
Going up in the country, we call it long got it. You see a pig, you want to eat the whole pig, right? But you don't have room for the whole pig. You're not gonna eat that whole pig. You're gonna throw. All you're gonna do is take a scoop of that pig and you're gonna waste the whole pig. All because you thought this was what you want. All because all you seen was the pig, but you didn't think about breaking down. So when you look at a problem, whatever, we see these people who going through the same thing or whatever the case is, or when are we deciding to take the problem, break it up, and make it into a process instead of just focusing on the whole thing, and then we end up failing. No matter what you've been telling me, McLeod, if I don't take what you give me, write it down, break it down, it's not going to work. If I don't understand it myself, it's not going to work. Remember how many times you tell me. So at what point do we stop blaming everything else, everybody, and once again look at ourselves and be like, okay, cool. Well, you're the problem for not listening. You're the problem for not getting help. You're the problem. You're depressed. You're the problem. You have anxiety. You're the problem. Your wife left you. You're the problem. Your kids left you.
Yeah.
At what point do we get to that? And I know we're kind of off topic, but when you think about,
I know, yeah, we did.
When you get to it, and what was the question? What was that question? When we think about accountability, that's what accountability is. That's what it is. It's being held accountable in every aspect of your life as a man. Being held accountable is your fault that you are where you are. It's your fault that you decided to not get help. So you can't cry or you can't complain when everybody fucking leave you. You can't. You muted. You're muted. You're talking and blinking and stuff and moving your hands, but
whenever the dang, how did it go? He said, "What's happening today in your life is usually a direct result of what you did yesterday."
And tomorrow's the only day it never come. Yesterday, the only day yesterday, the only day that won't leave. So you worry about tomorrow and yesterday, but you need to worry about today. What's up with today? Huh? You focus on the wrong thing.
Practicing good habits.
You want the whole apple. You got to skin that, baby. You got to cut that up. You got to eat that in pieces. You ain't ready for that whole apple. You got too much dip on your chip. It's all right. Your chip ain't big enough for all that rotel. It ain't big enough.
Oh, that rotel.
It ain't big enough for all that rotel. Put that thin little chip back. You need some beef here. You feel me? But I'm off my spill. But all right, segment 4. Get into our game section. I think we haven't done a game in a minute. So it's called Brotherhood Game, Man Code. Who's really in your corner? So pretty much, bro, we're gonna ask the question. We used to keep score. This one not really a scorekeeping. It's kind of really subjective to what you choose, your own answer. But I want to see what everybody answers. So question 1, A man calls his friends and says, "Bro, I need to talk." What is the first thing most men would usually say?
What's up?
Talk to me.
What's
yeah.
up? Talk to me.
Yeah. What's up? You good? You good? Something like that. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna ask, and I may even lead to even more questions. What's up? Yeah. What you mean? You know? No. Don't try. You didn't call me now. You didn't call me now. Go ahead and get it up. You can't get off the phone. What's up?
I like to crack jokes. So, is this a serious conversation or
yeah. I need to keep the jokes to the side.
You know. Oh, you know what's crazy, bro? You know I gotta buy some more New Balances.
Why?
My other ones were old.
Oh my god, bro! I just knew it was coming. I thought we was doing so good. We was going through the show, and he ain't cracking nothing.
Not the dad jokes. That's crazy.
Somebody gave me that one. Somebody gave me that one. Somebody gave me that one. But yeah. When he said joke, it had to come up. All right. Next question. Question number 2. What is the universal phrase every man says before helping a friend move? Oh shit, that's mine. Damn.
Before helping a friend move?
Yeah. I probably ask how much stuff you got or what all you got.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. How much stuff
what all you got?
What? And where?
Yeah, move. What? Yeah. How far we going? You got a U-Haul or something? They got elevator?
We ain't moving miscellaneous stuff. Is it in boxes?
Oh, you gonna move with me. I have my shit be in garbage bags. I make decent money, brother, but I still do stuff from the hood.
Still got that black garbage bag.
I put my clothes go in the sheet, put everything off the hanger, take it and put it in the sheet, fold it up, tie it up, and I just grab the whole sheet.
Got it out. That's what
it out the sheet. Yeah, the most one is pretty much what are we moving? Something like that. Question number 3. What's something only your closest friends can joke about, but nobody else can get away with? Probably something embarrassing that I probably told them. Because I was gonna say, because my or probably talking about like my mom or somebody like that, cracking a joke on my mom or something like that. Because only certain people would even like think to even like say, come up with like a rebuttal or something like that towards my mama, or whatever the case is. But even if somebody says something, it'll never be disrespectful. It's because I just don't care. I'm gonna say whatever I want. I'm gonna say it. So but yeah, probably something embarrassing.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, mine I can't say.
Yeah, see, something embarrassing. That's probably number one. Or like a bad habit you made. Probably come tell you about the time that you probably fell on across the street in a lake, but you can't tell nobody.
That's a crazy mistake.
Yeah, I feel like I think it depends on the room that you in though. Like, hey, bro, we know not to bring up so and so, and so and so. You feel me? Because I'm married now, bro. Well, why you bringing up? You know what I'm saying?
Bring up that trip.
Read the room. Like, why are you talking about that incident, bro? Like, come on, that's my shawty right here. Like, you feel me? So I think that would be something because it's like, bro, you supposed to be my dog, and you doing one of those just because you're with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that would be. Yeah. You got to get the signs out to it. Like, hey, bro, like
speakerphone. What's happening? Yeah, bro. You on speakerphone, plug. What up? Yeah. I'm with my kids and the girl. Come on now.
When the phone call start with "didn't I" and "was I," those are two different questions. Did I or wasn't I? The beginning of those questions are very important. You got to know the difference.
Look, you got to know the difference, dog. All right. If your life fell apart tomorrow, who are the first 3 people you would call? I think we already kind of this is in that what you call it,
that circle.
the first three. But we talking about like the first three though. I know we got 5 people in that circle.
What does your life fall apart?
If your life fell apart tomorrow, who are the first 3 people you would call? What I mean, but could you include your spouse, because they probably gonna be there with you?
Yeah.
So it's like, could you really include them in that 3?
I wouldn't.
I would say me, my brother. I'd be scared to call McLeod because he probably gonna crack on me for a minute. But I probably would call him eventually. And my best friend Q.
I'd probably say my boy Josh, Tay, and Keyshawn.
McLeod.
That's why I'm saying, like, it define what falling apart mean. Like, life falling apart mean. Like,
this nigga here.
Because they could just be like, man, I'm mentally fucked up right now. So it feels like my life is falling apart. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it falling apart.
Or like
behind on bills, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, whatever. Anything that could be, something that I can't tell you what your life falling apart means to you. Yeah. But to me, it'd be losing a job, something with my kids, something like that.
That honestly, bro, that's something that's kind of hard for me. Like, I don't think I don't know. I think at that point, I'll be like, I'll try to figure it out on my own. Like, yes, I have the people there, but if my life is falling apart, it feels like, damn, bro, I did something wrong for this to even happen. So it feels, I know I have the people there, but it just feels kind of hard for me to ask that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know y'all be there, but at the end of the day, I still have to face those problems. You know what I'm saying? So I still had to go through that. Like, it'll be a temporary relief in the moment, whether it's like finance or something like that. But whatever the consequence was for my life to fall apart, whether I get like locked up or something like that to make my life like fall apart like that, that's something I have to deal with.
I think this kind of go with what we was talking about earlier, with you being a husband and a father. It's one of the moments to where it's like, it'll probably be one of the moments to where you have no choice but to ask for help, because it's not only affecting you. Like, you still have to face it and everything, but you won't have to face all of it, because if you purposely decide to face all of it alone, it'll probably take longer to get through, and your wife and your kids are dependent on you. So if you have the resources and you got the resources to help you, to get you through it quicker and easier for the sake of your family, that's probably one of the situations to where you'll have to just, regardless of how you feel, put it aside and use the resources.
Yeah.
Because most of it you still have to face alone, but not all of it.
Yeah, and that's true. You won't have to face everything alone, dog. But yeah, and yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be easy for everyone, bro. Everybody's different. Some people we can have, but in some situations, as a man, you still gonna find it hard to reach out in some things, because maybe you don't want nobody to know about this. Maybe you don't want nobody to know your car got repoed. Yeah. Maybe it's embarrassing, dog. Yeah. Maybe because maybe you don't want nobody to know that you behind in your rent. Because it is embarrassing, but things happen. So, I think we get, I know it's off topic, but sometimes we get confused from when people genuinely need help to when people are just being irresponsible. Sometimes motherfuckers, you genuinely need help. You did everything you could. You work 40 hours, but that 45,000 just ain't enough for you and your 2 kids. So you just need a little extra as much. But when you're being irresponsible, it's different. It's different, not being able to feel like, but it's different, bro. So don't ever feel like that, when you're doing what you're supposed to do. It's only when you being irresponsible. You called me out. Well, I went to Colorado and blew $4K, and you telling me you coming home and you ain't got 500 for you.
Yeah, you got your priorities for it though now.
You got your bent. Now, if you tell me, I went to Colorado, but I hustled and I paid all my bills early just to have this money for Colorado, and I'm gonna have an extra 5,500 to a stack when I come back to make sure everything good. All right, bro, I get it. You did what you're supposed to, whatever. Even if you call me like, hey, bro, I'm sure I'm going to Colorado. I done did this, and this. I'm short this amount of money. Well, all right, Brett. But if you call me and say, bro, I'm going to Colorado, well, nigga, did you save anything? Nope. You need nothing? Nope. You need your whole trip.
Yeah. You expecting me to fund the trip?
You expecting because you know why? Because you ain't hold yourself accountable. Nobody held you accountable for your actions, and you just decided to go because somebody asked you to go. You feel me? And it's a difference. So don't, to anybody out there, don't feel bad because you have to ask for help. Because you're doing what you're supposed to do. Now, if you're just being an idiot or not doing your job, that's different. You feel me? But motherfuckers be getting it twisted. I know I be getting off talking 4K, but they be getting me in my speaking thing here. Where was that? I think that was the last one. Hey, you heard about you heard about the guy who invented lightsabers?
No, let's see. The way that commercial started off, I already know what this is.
I heard about the guy that invented lightsabers.
Yeah, you ain't hear about him, bro?
Nah, I ain't hear about him.
They said he needed a mint.
I knew this was going left. His tone and everything changed. He was too happy to ask that question.
Yeah, it always starts like that. Like he just.
I had to get him. People love them videos. I mean, be the ones right there.
Be the ones. Ain't gonna lie.
Be the ones. All right, bet. So before we go, we're gonna do our last power question. Before we go, so it's just a power question I had to ask, bro. It's totally subjective to whatever you want to answer to. What's one quality you feel like every good friend should have? Whether it's a close friend, whatever you decide as a friend, what is one quality thing every friend should have?
What the first one pop up in my head would probably be the ability to listen. The ability.
Right. Why? Elaborate a little bit for me.
Okay, everybody go through things. People need stuff. People need people to talk to, and sometimes people don't. Well, I learned this from one of my friends, who's a psychology major. Sometimes people don't need solutions; they just need people to talk to. Sometimes problems that they have aren't solution-based problems. Sometimes they just need to vent, get certain things off their chest, because it could be like anxiety or something like that. So I feel like it's very important for friends to know how to effectively listen.
McLeod.
Can
we answer the question again?
What quality every friend should have?
What's one quality every good friend should have?
Trust.
Break it down for me.
I gotta trust you. I gotta trust you with certain, like with information. I gotta trust you to be around my family, so I feel like that's a major thing. Like,
what type of trust? Like honesty trust or transparency trust?
Transparency trust.
I like how you be doing that.
Yeah,
I like how you be doing. I see what you be doing over there too.
Transparency trust. I mean, honesty trust, like it could be something too, because being honest don't mean you gotta constantly agree with everything either. You being honest and that, like, I'm open to that, but you're also being like, you could be transparent and kind of go through being vulnerable in a way. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it could be both, but I think that's one of the biggest things, like that'll kind of put certain guards down and allow the relationship or the friendship to just thrive more, because you trust one another. It's never about money. It's never about a person being better than anybody else. We all on the same level as far as trust. And I think with trust comes that respect, comes that loyalty, comes with everything else. So I think my main impact for my friends is just creating that trust, because now I trust you, you trust me. we on the same like mission to thrive, create an impact some kind of way, and we could always build off of that. So now we could create that discipline and all that other stuff, the consistency, like everything else follows off of that trust.
I think it's loyalty for me. I think anybody I know, anybody that's close to me, whether you're around my kids, you got to be able to be. And I think, like you said, like how you said, you feel like trust encompasses that loyalty, respect, and all the other stuff. I feel like it's the same thing with loyalty for me. If I feel like you could be loyal to me through whatever, then I feel like we'll always be able to trust each other and respect each other. We may not always like each other. We may not. I got my best friend Q, loyal to this day. I went and see. We went for her birthday in Atlanta. Me and her will bicker every day. But I know at the end of the day, if I need something for my kids, if I'm down bad or for whatever, she'll come through without anything. And I think that's based on the loyalty that we have for each other, and it's vice versa. So for me, I think it's loyalty. And I think loyalty kind of encompasses, like you said, for me, people like, oh, it's not everybody. For me, I think loyalty encompasses the trust, respect, the behavior you're supposed to, things you're supposed to do, things you're supposed to see, the person you're supposed to be to that person. You feel me, McLeod? If you lose your wife, it don't matter to me that you lost your wife. If you punch in the face, it's a little different. Actually, what happened first, and then make my decision. But if your wife leave you, no matter what, you are still my dog. You feel me? If you tell me don't talk to her, then I don't know. I don't know her. I don't talk to her anyway. But if I was cool with her and you told me, bro, don't talk to her because I'm loyal to you, she gone. Because I respect you, because I trust your decision that much, she gone. You feel me? So, but for me, I think it's loyalty, because I think everybody gotta have loyalty, bro. You gotta be loyal, bro. You can't, because think about it, any group, whether if it's a music group, a movie, actors, drug dealers, whatever the case is, they didn't have loyalty at the end of the day. Nobody was loyal to the whole group. They wasn't loyal to to certain BS, and it broke them up.
Yeah. I was watching a podcast, and it was some
I thought you was about to say something else, boy.
Oh,
I know what you
I was watching a podcast, and some big business mogul, a billionaire, he was like, one of his biggest things is loyalty. And he said one of the things he live and die by is if somebody is married, he said, I never do business with anybody that cheats on their wife.
Who was that? E.T. Thomas?
Nah.
Who was that?
It was
a billionaire. I'm tripping.
The dude that owned Morgan & Morgan, the law firm.
Morgan, I don't know who it is. But I've heard that before. I think I've heard that quote before, and that's true. Because you can't if you cheat on the person that's supposed to make sure you straight. If you would do that to the person who what you gonna do to me? And you are legally bounded. You are legally told that if you do this to this person, they could take everything from you. They could cheat. So even if we have an agreement of if you a breach agreement, you still may not care. You still may do me dirty.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I definitely understand that. It's just that loyalty. I don't know what it's about loyalty for me, bro.
Like, what exactly is loyalty to you? Like, specifically when it comes to, like, if it's somebody that you don't mess with, do you expect your closest friends, even if it's already a friend of theirs, not to mess with them too?
Nah. I'm not that person. I don't expect if McLeod been knowing you for, let's say, 10 years, and he been knowing me since 2017, and he been knowing you since high school, and I don't like you, nigga, I just don't like you. What you and McLeod got going on got nothing to do with me. And believe it or not, just because I don't like you, bro, we still can eat together. We still can make bread together. But when it comes to being on we get together vibe party, that's just not me and you. I just don't deal with you, bro. And I'm you gonna know. you're gonna know for sure. But once again, my expectations is not going on McLeod to cut you off or anything, because that's not what I expect. You feel me? Now, if me and McLeod met you at the same time, or if I met you and I told McLeod you did some fuck shit and I showed him that you did that, then I'm expecting him to ride with me and to, you feel me? Because I'm showing you, and I done showed you for 8+ years I'm loyal. And I came around, and you see how Buddy did me, and you know me. Any McLeod, no, if anybody know me, I'm so genuine, dog. I'm so respectful. So I'm telling you, Buddy being mad, disrespectful, woo, I expect you to already know who I am. Be like, all right, cool. Well, I don't know about Buddy. You feel me? But once again, that's your people's. It's your people's. And if I see that you're more serious about them than me,
I'm gonna step away.
So it got to be more of a serious situation. Like they got to.
Yeah, it got to be real. It got to be beef. Like you got to try my kids, my wife, my family. You know, you could call me a bitch, and I'll walk away. I'll walk away. Now I may be mad at the mother. I'll be mad
because it comes to a point where I don't have to deal with you. You feel me? Like
I don't got to deal with McLeod or 4K. Honestly, it don't matter to me. I don't talk to my daddy.
All right,
I ain't talked to him in years.
Calm down.
So you think what you think? You know what you think? What you think?
Don't get on riled up.
No, we can. Don't get me. We can talk about. I don't talk my sperms on that at all.
I'm used to it. Wes and Kari, they do this all the time, but much worse.
I don't talk. Look, I'm calm. Don't get me. I go in on that motherfucker. But no. But let's get on up out of here. My ass tired. I've been up since 11 a.m. and I only slept 3 hours. So if this conversation, this conversation resonated to you, send this to another man who needs to hear it. Reach out to someone you've been meaning to check on. Sometimes one conversation can change or even save a life. Let's build stronger men by building stronger brotherhoods. No man was meant to carry life's burdens alone. Strength isn't found in isolation, it's found in communities. The men who stand beside you during your darkest moments are often the same men celebrating your brightest victories. Choose your circle wisely. Be the friend you hope to have, because every man needs a tribe. It's your boy York. We got my guy McLeod, and we got our guest over here, 4K. We appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You can follow us at Let's Be Dads on all platforms. You guys have a good one. Deuces. Gotta edit this.
Amazing show, y'all.